And we're live. Hey, welcome back, everybody. We are returning from a little brief hiatus, but it is Wednesday, 9 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, so it's officially time for Boob Tube, and of course, it's not Boob Tube if I don't have my beautiful hostesses with the mostesses with me, Desirable Bottom and Casey Carter. Hello, ladies.
Hey.
Hi.
Hi.
Welcome back. Welcome back.
Thank you.
Yes, thank you. It was an exciting weekend.
Yes.
Well, we had Thanksgiving. And then
Thanksgiving.
after
then
Thanksgiving, then we had EXXXOTICA, which was awesome.
Yeah.
Very different for me at this show.
Yeah.
Yeah. A lot of people were surprised, but sometimes you gotta make some changes, and it was actually very, very wonderful. My fans could find me. I made some good money, and it was just really good energy. So that's all that matters. That's all that counts. Cheers. Oh. Hey, girl. Hey. Uh-oh. I don't know what I did. Oh, here I go breaking things. Can you guys hear me?
We can hear you, but it's like watching a kung fu movie. Your mouth and audio aren't lined up.
Okay. So how was your Thanksgiving and holidays, Casey?
Thanksgiving was good. Had some relatives over. Well, we always eat at my parents' house. So I had some relatives over that typically don't come over for Thanksgiving. So that was pretty cool. Turns out we were trying to figure out when was the last time we saw each other. And my cousin says, yeah, I think it was the baby shower. And I'm like, baby shower?
Wow.
And she says, yeah, it was Taylor. Well, my daughter's 24.
Okay.
So I'm like,
what?
That's crazy. You can't really 24 years since I saw you last. Okay. So, but yeah, it was fun. And EXXXOTICA was fun. So I was telling Desiree, Kari, I became a little obsessed with glitter.
I saw.
And
I know the people that had to come and vacuum them floors saw too.
Well, okay, so here's the thing. The full on glitter situation didn't happen till Sunday, but yeah, the full on. Well, let me show you what I mean by, like, 'cause it's like my favorite thing that I did this weekend. But
I have a quick question for you. Okay,
so,
is it a new like TikTok trend, or how did you come up with this?
Nope.
Okay.
I literally
I love the video.
Thank you.
How did you do that, first of all?
Okay,
How did you execute? Yes.
Okay, so this is where it starts, right? So this was Saturday, and I had glitter on the tablecloth, and I was like, oh, this would be cool. So I just was throwing glitter over my head, right? And was, catching it in the slow-mo. So I thought about it. I had a ton of glitter left over, and I was like, Lorenzo, here's what we're going to do. You're going to throw the glitter, and I'm going to have Toxic take the photo so I could just stand there and let the glitter rain down on me. Well, we had some other folks at the booth. So I had, like, Lorenzo had glitter in his hand, and Sonny had rose petals in his hand, and they stood on either side of me, and they threw the rose petals and
the
the glitter.
mashup.
Yeah. So what was crazy is Sunny released the rose petals before Lorenzo released the glitter. So it's actually kind of perfect because the rose petals were down here and the glitter rained down on the rose petals. And we must have done it like 4 or 5 times before I was happy that things were going to go the way they did. And so when it finally came out, the lighting could have been better, but the effect was
That's
like,
epic.
The effect was amazing. So I said to Lorenzo, you may find me all over Atlanta just throwing glitter in the air because it just tickled me. I don't know why. I felt like a little kid. I was so tickled by the glitter. And then when I saw how it looked, I'm like, oh, that is so cool. But here's what's funny is I did it on the Saturday, and Marche was at the booth with me. And she's like, they have a filter for that. And I'm like, yeah, but I got actual glitter. I don't need a filter. I got glitter.
It's not the same.
Yeah. So that was one of my favorite things the whole weekend was the whole.
I wonder if there's a glitter gun.
That's what I was thinking. There's got to be like a thing you can like,
because you figure you've got the confetti cannons and all of that stuff.
You've got the confetti cannon, you've got the bubble gun, you've got the money gun. Like there's got to be a glitter gun. And if there's not,
we're gonna make it up.
Get on it.
We're gonna make it up. But yeah, I have that literally just tickled me. I'm still tickled by that whole thing.
Isn't it amazing how some of the little things are they bring you joy beyond anything you can even imagine. Yes. That's how I feel about like the money gun and like simple little things, or like when we had the confetti gun on stage. Like, yeah, I definitely can relate to that.
Yep. I found myself, when you wake up, how you wake up in the middle of the night and you can't go right back to sleep, so you grab the phone and you start looking at stuff. I'm not gonna lie, I watched my own video over and over and over again. Just giggling about it because I'm like, oh my God. And then I giggled harder because I'm like, you are too, I don't want to say too old, but you are way grown to be this tickled by glitter. But I love it.
But wait a minute. We talked about this over the course of the weekend, so it's funny that you bring that up. Is like all of the things that you didn't get to do as a kid because you either couldn't, or, nobody wanted the mess, or you couldn't afford it, or whatever. Like, we were talking about my Princess Leia stuff. And someone was like, how did you come up with this idea? I was like, I always wanted to be Princess Leia as a kid. And my mom was like, not buying the costume. We had to make our own costumes. She didn't buy us costumes. And so whether it was because we couldn't afford it, or just because she didn't want to spend money, I don't know. But for whatever reason, I never got the Princess Leia costume. So I'm like, obviously as an adult, when I have my own money and I can do it better than ever before.
You're gonna do it.
Yeah. I am a huge Star Wars fan, and I could not wait to do the Princess Leia cosplay. And so when I did it, I'm like, it just was so nostalgic. I have a Chewbacca costume, Darth Vader. In fact, I got ornaments for my tree now. So I bought a bunch of ornaments a few years ago from Five Below, and it's like Sally from Nightmare Before Christmas, and Jack and Spider-Man, and like they had like a whole bunch of different characters. So I bought all my ornaments. Most of them are from Five Below. Of course, I've got like regular ones sprinkled in there too, but so I had bought those a few years ago, and the kids love them. The grandbabies love them. So today we're walking through Five Below, and I see more different characters. I got Gizmo, I got a Care Bear, I got Darth Vader, Chewbacca, Baby Yoda, Snoopy, Rudolph the Red-Nosed Reindeer, Jurassic Park, and a couple of other ones, right?
What do they look like?
So the game. Do you want me to get them?
Yes.
Oh, yes.
Okay, I want to see. Because listen, I love a Five Below, so I want to see what these look like. Because
I'm the same. Yeah, I'm the same way. Like my little tradition is like I don't even want really gifts. I mean, one ornament like a year would be a great gift. Yeah, I'm like so simple. Same thing.
And my office invited everyone to decorate their office, their cubicle, their whatever. And normally I don't do it because I'm like, I don't feel like it. But I'm like, this year, I'm like, maybe I'll bring some things in. So this sounds interesting.
Dollar Tree has canvases.
Yep. They do.
So I bought a bunch. So here's Baby Yoda.
Oh my goodness. That is too cool.
Look at Darth Vader.
Okay.
Okay. We've got, I got a Ninja Turtle, Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtle.
Oh,
yes! Turtle power!
Those are actually really cute.
Chewbacca. They kind of look like miniature Funko Pops. So there's
exactly.
Here's Gizmo.
Oh my god, super cute.
Here's the Jurassic Park.
Nice.
Isn't that adorable?
That is cute.
They are super cute.
That's like, that reminds me of like the T-Rex with the short arms, like the blow up.
Yeah, that's who it is.
Care Bears, there you go.
Care Bear, Stare Power, and then Rudolph.
Those are super cute.
Yeah, they were $5 a piece. I don't, but they're so worth it because they're so nostalgic and the kids love them. And so now the new game is going to be every year I'm going to go and get more ornaments from Five Below and add them to the tree, and then the kids have to guess which ones are the new ones. Okay. So that's going to be the game this year, is that they have to figure out which ones are the new ones.
Okay.
So I think that's kind of funny. That's kind of fun, you know?
It's very cute. Very, very cute.
They're adorable. I don't know which one's my favorite. I love the Gizmo and Chewbacca. I don't know. Darth Vader, they're all cute.
Yeah.
So
that is super cool. So now I'm gonna have to find time this weekend to make a Five Below.
To go to Five Below?
Yeah, it's just a couple of exits down the highway from me, so
yeah.
Have to do it.
So did you end up decorating your cubicle, or are you gonna wait?
Not yet. Not yet. I've been thinking about it. So that's why I wanted to see what these looked like, because I'm like, I was gonna be really corny and just get a string of lights and hang them across the bookshelf. And I'm like, that's really, really lame. Really lame. So I don't, those are cute. I may have to grab a few of those, and still I got to figure out how to incorporate them in my office. Could
you like pin them and then maybe hang them up?
We are not allowed to pin or use tape. Okay. I believe we can get away with the 3M removable stuff, but
well, they have the small tabletop, like the desktop tree, so you can just get one of the desktop trees, and then
I was even contemplating buying a little mini real tree, and I only need it to last maybe a couple of weeks, right? I mean, because once we get to our break, it's trash.
True.
But I'm thinking about doing that because I also don't have any room on my desk. There are so many papers. I've got like monitors and laptop, and I've got here's what's funny. There's a candy dish on my desk that does not have candy in it. It's got so it's got maracas, because one of my former team members went on a trip and brought me some little mini maracas. It's got some other like Mardi Gras beads in it. Now, in my desk drawer is a jar of candy, but I refer to it as the emergency candy. So if you
what kind of candy is it?
Oh, it's a variety of things. It's chocolate kisses, it's little mini Twizzlers, it's Skittles, gummy bears. There's also one of the vendors gifted us these giant chocolate balls. Like, you're supposed to drop them into cocoa. So and they're supposed to melt. They're supposed to melt in the cocoa. So I've got that in my desk.
Is that what those are for?
Yeah.
I was wondering where these chocolate balls came from. Like, I saw them at Five Below and Dollar Tree, and I'm like, I don't understand the purpose, but okay.
I don't eat or drink or do those things like that. So I'm like, so I leave them in my desk. Like, it is literally break in case of emergency. And so here's what's funny is that drawer is for the public, right? Like it's not accessible by the public, but that's if you need something, you come to my office and I give you some candy from that drawer. Then there's another drawer that has my stash. My jar of crunchy peanut butter, my gum, my mints, all of that is in a whole separate drawer so that just in case you screw up and help yourself, you know it's this drawer for you, that drawer is for me. Yeah, so
sounds like you need a lot of chocolate.
Actually, I don't even eat it
eat it, need it.
Need it? Well,
like
we do in the office.
Like when you get like really stressed out, instead of being able to grab a drink,
and
you could just grab some chocolate.
I am not gonna lie, I have dipped into the chocolate. There have been days I sat there, went into, because it's like a jar that's like this tall. I have pulled out the jar, sat it on the desk, and just piled up 5 or 6 pieces of candy on the desk.
I understand. I used to be the same way, especially when I worked in collections and people would just like get on your nerves. I'd just sit there and be like, and I hated the individually wrapped ones because I was like,
right. It's too much.
I just want to take a handful and be like,
you see the stack of wrappers left on it, and I'm like, why are you
the evidence?
Me?
Hey, Toxic Goddess. Hello, Whitney. Hello, Jason. Hello, everyone that's watching.
Yes.
We're happy that you guys are back.
Well, happy that we're back.
Oh yeah, we're happy that you're back too, because without you, there's no we, and you know how that goes.
Yes.
So let's talk about what we've been watching, because I've been catching up on some stuff.
I have not. but I had some things on my list that we never got to. So I was going to refer back to some of those things.
The things of the things.
I would like to start.
Go right ahead.
With Raising Kanan is back. Is that eggnog?
I didn't see it.
It's coquito.
Ooh, it sounds like it's an alcoholic beverage. That's an adult beverage.
It is coquito. Did you get it from Toxic Goddess? Yes, I didn't get to taste any. But anyway, so we were so Raising Kanan came back on Friday. I know, Toxic. I was a hot mess. Like I was so tired all weekend. I was thinking about it afterwards, like, damn, we didn't buy some because we were gonna get some from Toxic. But Raising Kanan is back. And if you guys watched the finale last season, it ended with what's the guy's name? Unique coming to save Rock because she was about to get blasted, and he saves her, and so we see some chemistry there.
Some sparks,
which he had been coming on to her for a while, like and I think for me, like the impression that I got was I was confused on whether it was genuine or if he was just like trying to get, like keep your friends close, your enemies closer.
Right.
So I think we now know after this first episode. If you haven't seen it, check it out. Yeah, they like each other. They like each other.
Well, which makes me wonder is Rock running game? Because we know she will do whatever it takes to get what she wants. So, because I do remember that at the end of that episode where you're like, okay, he's gonna put it all out. So I'd be curious to see where that goes.
I think it's a combination of missing the guy, Symphony, and a combination of getting him on lock. Like, Unique has already been doing what she wants him to do, but very reluctantly. I think she's laying that nana on him so that when she says jump, he'll be like, for you, Rock, whatever. So I think it's a combination of both, though. I really felt like there was like, and not only that, but let's just talk about the dynamic of him saving her. we, especially as women, that's a very attractive quality. You know what I mean? That heroic. That's why we have Stockholm syndrome.
Well, and what's interesting about it, that situation with the two of them is, they've been adversaries, right? I mean, like you said, he's been flirting with her and she's been holding him back, but it's even more attractive knowing that this is the dude who's been secretly out to get you, and now he comes to your rescue.
Right.
So yeah, that adds another layer to that.
But then we have to think about it. We know that Rock doesn't make it. One of these seasons, Rock is going to meet her demise. And I thought it was going to be last season because her entanglement with the Italians, I was like, that's it. Rock is done. So now it bears to question, is it going to be the affiliation with Unique? Is, like you said, is Unique using her? Is she using him? Are they using each other? Do they genuinely, I mean, I do feel like there's definitely some chemistry there, like just the way that they were like looking at each other and that like heat of the moment situation definitely gave me the impression. But let me tell y'all, Kanan is feeling himself. His nuts have dropped for real. Like he's just not, he's not with the bullshit. He is telling it like it is.
His nuts have dropped.
His nuts have dropped. He is definitely on this, like, he's definitely upset with Rock.
Okay.
And not happy with Pops either. Like he feels very betrayed.
Right.
And the thing about this episode is like Rock is having to face that she has made a lot of mistakes because now Jukebox is mad at her because she lost her mom. Remember, her mom got killed in the midst of all this drama.
Right.
And even though
when she
Jukebox
was about to reconnect with her too.
Well, they did reconnect.
But
and remember the mom was trying to save her?
Right, but I'm saying that was the start of the reconnect. She didn't get a chance
to,
after not being able to. Now she's got this opportunity, and
now the chance will never.
Right, she can't continue. She can't see where it goes.
Right.
I think so. I'm going to put it into perspective. What I think, this is very, very much looking a lot like the last episode with Ghost in it when he got killed. Okay. Or excuse me, when he got offed. Where they showed how many people he had pissed off and like how many people he had done dirty, and so you didn't really know who was going to be the one to. And I was surprised that they showed us who did it. I thought that but I guess because it was the finale of that particular book that they were, I thought they were going to keep us in suspense and that we wouldn't know, but they showed us who it was. But I think that's kind of the same thing that they're doing with Rock, is like Rock has upset baby brother. Rock and Marvin always are on and off again. Kanan already shot his dad. And now Rock has really pissed him off. So, and then she's got all of these enemies with all these different people. So it's definitely, I feel like it's another workup to the end of Rock, and then seeing Kanan, escalate from being just that teenage slinging here and there to, really becoming that like dude. Rock's legacy. So yeah. I don't know. It's going to be interesting, but yeah, raising Kanan. Baby brother so everyone's kind of lost. So, and that's the important thing that I wanted to bring up. Like everyone has lost someone because of Rock. Baby bro lost the girl that the singer, because she got killed at the studio. Marvin lost the baby mama. Oh no, Marvin lost the therapist, the anger management lady that he was starting to date.
Right.
Jukebox lost her mother,
her mom,
and yep, Kanan lost a friend because the baby brother, I can't remember his name, the one that had the studio, he's like telling her, your mother put the hit on your friend and I'm the one that had to pull the trigger.
Right.
And he was like, I didn't want to do it, but your mom was running things, so blah 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 blah. So now you're starting to see that everyone has lost someone because of Rock and her and just seeing that, and then she admits that she took care of what's his face, the guy with the patch.
Yep. Mm-hmm.
So,
but here's where I start feeling this. We ventured down the road of a female doing it versus a man doing it, and not to say that we're making her out to be some evil, heartless, whatever, but I'm always fascinated with the female characters that do all of the things you see a male character do, and we always wind up um talking about what that means for that female to do that. Meanwhile, we wouldn't think twice. I mean, we love The Godfather, and they're busy, killing people and making threats
whacking people,
right,
whacking
family members, family members, straight up setting up family members, and we don't think twice about it. We think they were badass for doing it.
Yep.
So I'm always fascinated when the conversation turns that way about women doing it, because I'm like, I think it's completely unfair to say that a woman going that way or being that ruthless, that heartless, that cold-blooded makes her evil or a bitch or whatever. Meanwhile, a man does it, and it just shows how big his cojones are.
Right.
True.
Well, I don't think it makes her evil. I mean,
no, it doesn't.
Do I feel like Rock got a little carried away? Absolutely. I think Rock definitely, in the midst of her lies and in the midst of some of her, but we are women, and a lot of our decisions come from a place of emotion. Which is the big argument.
This is where, though, I go back to, she didn't do anything that we haven't seen a male character do.
Absolutely not.
True.
Absolutely not. I totally agree with that. It's just perceived differently. It's like the same thing about a man being a hoe and then a woman being a hoe.
Right.
Our body count,
right?
And we're impressed.
Anything over one, right? Anything over one, and we're a hoe.
Right.
Anything under one, like if a guy doesn't have at least 100 or doesn't have a few thousands or whatever, then they're deemed as like saints, like in a right. So I totally agree with you. I do like, what I do say though is that, like I said, Rock has been making a lot of, like, the whole trying to get him to kill the dad. Like,
that was crazy. That I didn't necessarily like that move. I didn't like that move mainly because this is this boy's father. He doesn't know it's his father, and you're using the fact that he's a police officer to manipulate the boy into doing it. I didn't like that move at all. But I'm gonna hold true to, if she was a dude doing the same exact thing, we'd be like, oh, that's some shit right there. Yeah.
But it backfires, because doesn't Kanan kill his kid? Wax his kid in Power.
Oh, yeah.
Sean.
Yeah, no, and
was Sean his son? Yeah, Sean was his son, and he ended up
in wait, go backwards. You're going to who killed who, what, where?
So Sean, Ghost Driver,
yes,
was Kanan's son.
Yes.
I think it was Sean. Yeah, it was Sean,
the driver.
And
whatever
Kanan
his
ended
name
up
was,
being the one,
driver. Yes,
the one that Tasha ended up, anyway.
She did. Yes, she did.
But Kanan was the one that took him out.
Yeah.
So,
but see, and that is clearly something he learned from his mama, because he did not appreciate that connection to Ghost and all of that. You don't betray the family. Come on now. You don't betray family.
So, Raising Kanan, y'all, go check it out. It's on Stars. It comes on Friday nights.
Not Sunday.
What?
I said not Sunday.
Not Sunday. Yeah, Casey's definitely not accurate on her broadcast
No,
update.
it's not
So
Sunday. It's not. I'm just saying.
it's not. Yeah,
Even
it's not.
even
I
though
mean, you can
I
watch it
watch
on
it on
Sunday.
Sunday.
Right. Right. You
Anyway,
can watch it on Sunday, but it doesn't actually air on Sunday. So let's move on to the next one. What you got for us, Casey? What's on your handy dandy list?
okay, so on Netflix is a show called Lopez versus Lopez. It is George Lopez
And the
starring
daughter, right?
with his
Yeah.
real live daughter on a
Yeah.
show about a father and daughter who were estranged for a while and then all of a sudden reconnect. Ironically, that is the real life story of George Lopez and his daughter that he stars in the show with. And it's uh, I wasn't sure. Like I thought it was. I don't know. I've watched George Lopez shows before, and so I thought this was just going to be another George Lopez sitcom. And I googled this the two of them to discover that like no, this is a real live thing between the two of them. That while he was off becoming rich and famous, he basically, I'm not going to say abandoned, but he basically, just forgot that she
Wasn't
even
there.
existed. Right. And
I was
without,
gonna say disowned, but that's even worse.
yeah, that's yeah, right.
I think that's
And,
abandonment, though. We could say he abandoned her.
Yeah.
and,
Yeah.
you know,
Oh,
I think the beauty of it is the fact that she found it in her heart to give him an inch, and the inch
okay.
became a yard, and the yard became a mile. And the fact that she connected and collaborated with him to do a show, to do a series that literally highlights the reality of their relationship with one another, with her mother, and bring humor to it. It is absolutely entertaining. It is funny. George Lopez is funny as all get out. And it's what's funny is, he's Mexican, she's Mexican, but she's Mexican and doesn't speak Spanish. So like that's a part of the experience. And in the show, she's married to this surfer dude, white guy, and that's a part of all of the humor because they are constantly um teasing this guy for being white, for being I don't know, like a stay-at-home dad, mushy, soft, and all of that. And it's just really thoroughly entertaining. It was more entertaining than I anticipated. So Lopez versus Lopez.
Okay,
Yeah.
nice.
Okay.
So I'm gonna go with I don't know if you guys heard, but I gotta bring up Dead by Daylight real quick. Like I'm a huge fan of it. They just released the Chucky as the new killer.
Mm.
So this is what's leading me into the series. If you guys haven't seen it, I would highly recommend it if you like horror genre shows. They did come out with a new Chucky series. They're on the third series right now. I didn't even know about this. So I had somebody in my streaming chat tell me about it since they came in to see me playing the whole Dead by Daylight. We ended up going against Chucky one time, I think, in the game. Like, because every time when you like load into the game, you get different. It's just random killers. So it could be Ghostface, it could be Freddy, it could be Chucky, it could be the Demogorgon, it could be like a whole bunch of characters, right? So somebody told me, they were like, you should check out the new Chucky series. So I was like, sure, I'll give this a shot. So you can find it pretty much online. I'm gonna say like it gave me something similar to like Goosebump vibes. Like it's about these high school kids. He gets the doll from past how hold on, how does it go? So they move to this new town, the house is for sale. They end up like his parents end up buying the house. They didn't know it was haunted. Then there's like the doll is, I think, he got the doll from like a yard sale. That's what it was. I'm thinking I'm getting crossed over with Goosebumps, so it's not that one. So anyways, yeah, he buys the doll at a yard sale. Anyways, the lady had the doll there. He goes to the yard sale, picks up the doll, doesn't know it's like haunted. It's like this killer doll, right? He brings it back home. He's using the doll for a project. That's what it was. So his famous, like he's taking all these dolls' heads off or something. He's got like this, I don't know if it's like I don't know if it's a fetish. I don't know what. I'm not judging because this is a no judgment zone. So he wanted to pop Chucky's head off and use it for his sculpture with all these dead doll heads on it. He couldn't get Chucky's head off, obviously, because he was alive. So then his dad ended up dying. It turned out Chucky killed his dad. So he electrocuted his dad. Like everything went viral. The kids at the school ended up finding out how this girl who was like Mean Girls, she ended up dressing up as the guy's dad at like a big party that they were holding. I don't know if it was like for resentment to get back at him. I'm assuming that's what it is. So she was like this big mean girl at the school, things like that. And then that's when like Chucky ended up like going after her because he was like, I want to kill her. Like, not Chucky, but the guy. I think his name was Jake or something. So he was going out saying like, I want to kill her. You know, she shouldn't have put out that video dressing up as my dad getting electrocuted because, you know, it's obviously you don't mock, you know, other people's situations and stuff. But, you know, some people really don't give a flying hoot, right? So they'll just do whatever they please.
Flying hoot. Nope.
Right? So, yeah. Yeah. So, anyways, it went on and on and on and on. Like, that was like just the first season. There was, I think, 9 episodes in the first season. And like the same thing in the second season. And on the third season, I think there's like 4 or 5 episodes right now. So, okay. Yeah, it was pretty insane. So I'd highly recommend it. I think it was on Showcase, so you guys can probably find it there.
Okay.
If you can, look it up.
All right.
Very good.
Chucky.
Chucky.
I started watching a new show as well, and it's called Special Ops Lioness.
Yes.
And it has Zoe Saldana, Nicole Kidman, Morgan Freeman.
Talk about badass women.
Okay.
And it's essentially, so Zoe Saldana is the leader of a CIA special ops team that goes in and does, you know, the stuff that the government doesn't want to be tied to as Americans, but it's us. And it starts off where she loses one of her assets. She has to drop a bomb because she gets discovered. So basically what happens is, you know, when you are in various cultures and countries, you know, having a tattoo and like certain tattoos they give you away, right? And so the girl, she asked her if she had tattoos, and the girl said no, and she didn't check, and come to find out she had a tattoo underneath her arm that was a cross, which gave away that she was American. So, and they're in Syria, Christian. Kuwait, Middle East.
Yeah, I was gonna say it was more that she was a Christian versus, and she was
right because she's dressed up with Muslim. Yes, correct. So they find out that she's, you know, obviously an op, and she's running, and she calls on the satellite phone, and she's like, I've been compromised, blah 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 blah, and they catch her, and Zoe has to turn on the green light for the bomb. Well, for the explosive.
Yeah. I mean,
what I forgot, we got to be careful.
So because the first episode totally pulled me in, and it was interesting because she did everything she could to save this girl. Like, she literally sent her team to go get the girl. And while the team is making their way to her location, the folks chasing her are getting closer and closer. So, as Kari said, that Zoe had to make the decision to just eliminate the whole scene. It was like her people were in eye shot of where the asset was at, and, could hear the plane coming in that was gonna drop the bomb. So that was pretty intense there.
It was very intense, and it's like, you don't have any backstory to anyone. It's literally the opening scene. Like
Right.
you have no idea who is who, what is what. You don't, and it was interesting just to like watch how, and it really affected Zoe's character. Her name is Jo in the show. And it affected her because, she puts them through extensive training and is like, I need to know how much time I have to get to you. So I need you to be able to go through torture. I need you to be able to go through all of this extensive, these things that they waterboard and they do all these different things to try to get you to talk. And I need you to be able to keep your mouth shut long enough for me to come and get you and extract you from the situation and bring you to safety. So when the asset is eliminated and, obviously sacrificed, and it's funny how, not funny, but it was interesting how she was explaining the reason for the decision. And one of the reasons was, one, you don't want your asset to talk. Two, you don't want your asset to be exposed to, she was like, she would have been under extreme circumstances. So to save her from having to go through that, like, let's just end the situation here, because they knew that they couldn't get in because the compound was heavily guarded and armed, and like they were like, there's no way we're going to be able to get in here. So that was interesting for me. And then, obviously I think I'm in episode 6 or 7 on the first season. I think there's only one season. I'm not sure yet. I just happened to be scrolling. I just happened to be scrolling and was like, this looks interesting. So, and I was absolutely on point. And it's just watching Zoe's character, Jo, going through being a mom, a wife, and the sacrifices that she has to make for the betterment of protecting, our national security, right? So it's, and then
because that's the mom and wife part. That's interesting too, because like you said, the show starts with this asset on the run, and you get introduced to Zoe's team by them trying to go rescue the asset. And when it all, goes wrong, she goes home, right? Because the whatever this op was is now dead. So she goes home, and she rolls up to the house and is like, honey, I'm home. Like, that's the kind of ordinary whatever. And again, because like Kari said, you have no context. You're like, you have no idea how long she's been gone. No idea whether or not the situation is good or bad, because she gives you that feeling of, I don't want to walk in just yet. I'm not ready to go back to being normal.
But you quickly realize why, because she has a teenage daughter, a 14-year-old daughter, who is upset that her mom is never there.
Right.
And then as the series goes on,
she's at the age that she needs her mom.
Right. Okay. So yeah, it's been an interesting, like I said, I'm in episode 6, I think. And it's been interesting. They have a new asset now. This asset, also in the first episode, she's working at a burger joint. She's, in an abusive relationship, and she literally flips the shit, runs from the guy after beating him with a frying pan after he beat her, and then ends up in a Marine Corps recruiting office. And that's how she ends up becoming an asset, is because she ended up joining the Marines. And then she gets into basic training, and she's like beating out the men as far as pull-ups, push-ups, like, breaks records. She does 99% on her ASVAB test. Like, she literally like is like born for this. And so, and and that's how she ends up in special ops, is that they see that she's very special. She also has no family ties. Like, she's really just, and she, I guess, has that kind of attitude, like,
I can do
she's
whatever.
willing to do it all.
I can
so it's an interesting show. You should definitely check it out if you're into that kind of stuff. I love watching badass females on TV doing things that people don't expect us to do. It definitely is empowering, and those are the kind of shows that I love. So
yeah.
moving on to what's next, Casey.
Okay, so the other thing on my list is something called Escaping Twin Flames. It is on Netflix. It is a documentary, and I didn't, you know how you see some promos for some documentaries and you're like, oh, okay, no. I watched this one and was like, what? So, long story short, this couple basically creates a cult that convinces people that you have a twin flame. You have a one true flame that is your forever person. And they have like this course that teaches you how to be prepared for that, and the point of the documentary was you saw how this couple went from being two ordinary regular people to two absolutely totally amazing scammers. um the husband like dogged his wife. First of all, the wife really was the original scammer, and they connected and combined forces in scamming, and he ultimately started dominating her and was very misogynistic even towards her. And you would see him say things that just totally humiliated her in front of all these people that they would be talking to. And for that reason alone, I was like, don't make me Lorena Bobbitt your ass, okay? That's not cool. But I was really disheartened by the fact that so many people felt so alone that they were willing to pay outrageous sums of money to find their twin flame. Like, apparently this was something you could Google and then find yourself connected to these people. They were so outrageous, and forgive me because it was a while that I've seen it, so I'm my sequence is all off. One of the things that was the most outrageous to me about this couple and about these twin flames was they were basically trying to like match make people, and it wasn't working. Folks were you know, they would say, oh, the garbage man that you met and spoke nice to you, that's your twin flame. And they would force people to connect and get together, and then force them to tell the rest of the people in the organization how well it's going, even though it's not going well. All of that, right? This shit went left when they decided that your twin flame, because the outside people weren't working. They now told everybody your twin flame is within the organization, and we're going to tell you who your twin flame is. The organization was mostly women, so they were now matching women with women. However, they do not believe in same-sex relationships. So they would they would tell these two women to get together, and then they would tell one of the women, you're the man, she's the woman. And then they would manipulate the one they told to be a man. They would manipulate them into changing sex and becoming a man. Yeah.
Okay.
You don't believe in same-sex relationships, but you believe in
yes,
manipulating.
I'm gonna have to watch this.
Twin
I need to watch
flames.
this.
That sounds a little
I've seen it.
Baka.
Escaping twin flames. Like, under normal circumstances, it would not have been enough to draw me in. But I saw enough in the first episode that I was like, kind of shenanigans is this? Honey, when they got to the point of telling these women that y'all gonna be together, you gonna be the man, and you gonna be the woman, and then these women were going to have... And then, like any other cult, They were being cut off from their family, you know, totally manipulated. I mean, it was crazy. It was absolutely crazy. And it was again unnerving to me that this couple tapped into people's fear of being alone and manipulated them to the extent that they were just matching them with whomever, wherever, whatever. And folks were so afraid to be alone that they would connect with people who they knew they did not like, or who they thought they liked and then realized they didn't like them. But because this couple wanted to show how successful their concept was, they would force people to stay together. I mean, some of these people were being physically abused, and still they were just being forced. Like the guy would say to the women that, you know, you're just not doing this right, and you're not right, and you got to do this and you got to
You're the
do that.
problem.
Basically.
Damn.
Basically. So,
Well,
yeah.
Twin Flames, Netflix.
Escaping Twin Flames, Netflix.
Check it out.
Check it out.
Desiree.
Okay, I don't have any more, but I will tell you what I did watch. Sorry about that. So I did watch. There was a new trailer out for the new Grand Theft Auto 6 game. I don't know if you guys are into Grand Theft Auto, if you guys played it a long time ago.
I did.
But I did. I did too. The new trailer came out yesterday, and they were talking about it. It was like a big release that went out. The Gamer Awards are on tomorrow night, if you guys didn't know, and if you guys want to check it out, there's going to be some big name titles being released on there. That'll be on YouTube. So if you guys want to check it out, the Gamer Awards, it'll be tomorrow. But yeah, just the Grand Theft Auto. I love the game too. I was a huge fan of it. I didn't complete it, but it was a great trailer. They broke everything down. There is I think the male and female protagonists from 5. So there's still going to be those people. They're going to have some like social media influencing. They're going to have they have like a whole bunch of like alligators or crocodiles, things like that. It is more of, I think it's going to be a game that is very, it's detailed. From the trailer, it looked great. Like, I think it looked amazing, to be honest. Okay. So,
yeah, my son was telling me about it, and so I was quite interested. I didn't play it a lot, but my ex-husband did, and I used to get a kick out of just sort of backseat driving the whole thing.
I'm just shocked how it evolved into like, now they have like role play servers, like, so you can actually partake in like a role play server. You could be like any character you want. They tell you like to get involved, and then you have to like actually like stay in character. It's really neat. I've never gotten the whole role play thing because it's not really, that doesn't float my boat. It's not really, I think for me, it's just kind of staying in character. It would be difficult to like find a character to portray and like stay that character. I don't know. It would be weird. So,
okay.
But I don't knock the people who do it. I find like I have a lot of streaming people that I know that do that, and it's a talent all on its own. So
it is.
Well, next week I would like to play some trailers because there are some new movies that have come out. I actually did watch a couple of them. Genie with Melissa McCarthy. But I'm going to talk about it next week. So you guys got to tune in to find out how Genie was.
The new Godzilla came out too. I didn't see it, but somebody else that I know did see it.
So. And that reminds me, I started. Okay, so we'll talk about the Godzilla because I started watching Monarch, whatever it's called, Monarch something or another on Apple TV. So that's perfect timing on that.
Cool.
And also, Ludacris is in a holiday movie called Dashing Through the Snow, which I watched that. I did not get to see the new Eddie Murphy movie yet, and I think it's called Christmas carols or something.
Something, yeah. I saw
something like that.
saw the
Yeah,
post.
it's on Amazon Prime. So I haven't checked that out yet, but yeah, we are going to cover more things. I also have some other documentaries that I saw, true crime documentaries. So we've been watching a lot of TV. Well, I've been watching a lot of TV. I have been definitely after New Jersey taking some time to just myself, which has given me lots of time to watch TV and movies and check out all the things that I'm paying all this money for, these apps. But make sure you tune in next week to find out what we've watched, more things that are on the docket. Also, I'll send Casey the trailer links so that we can play them on here and just kind of, get gassed up for these new things coming out. And with that being said, it's been a great show.
Wait, yeah. So while we were waiting for you to join earlier, Desi and I were suggesting that on December 20 we do Christmas stuff, Christmas programming, Christmas theme. With
well, those would be perfect for that day.
So we can wear our
whatever garments.
We can wear our hats.
Yeah,
and our reindeer ears.
Oh my goodness, she's got a whole little.
Wait, I got mine too. Wait, mine are here.
And our elf hats. So you could be Santa, Casey could be the reindeer, and I'll be the elf. Sounds good.
Yeah.
Sounds
Mrs.
good.
Claus.
Well,
I was gonna say
yes.
red nose, but I don't have it anymore. All right, so we're gonna wait. I'm gonna go to our pink boxes. Since we don't have any promos to run right now. We got
all promos. We just finished out our last show of 2023. Chicago Exotica is April 12th to the 14th, 2024. So we got a few months in between now and the next show. In the meantime, between time, make sure you follow us on our social media. Those little things in the pink boxes, those are our places to find us. Except that's not my Instagram. I probably
I was gonna say, what's up with that? Okay, well, send Jay a message to have him update that.
Yeah, I don't know, I've been lazy, I guess. But with that being said, we want to thank everyone for tuning in, whether this is your first time watching or you're one of our avid subscribers that comes every week. We love you. We appreciate you.
And if you watch the replays, we love you even more.
Yes.
We do. Make sure you like, follow, subscribe, and comment. It does well for the algorithm and the EXXXOTICA.tv people on, the corporate people, lets them know that we're doing a good job, and it lets us know that you guys want to see more of us, which we definitely are planning on bringing in 2024 with a bang. So thank you guys once again. We will see you guys next week, same time, same bat channel, 8 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. No, 9 p.m. Eastern Standard Time on Wednesday, right here on EXXXOTICA.tv. Also, if you're watching, leave a note in the comments. Let us know where you're watching. If it's Twitter, Facebook, or YouTube, leave us a comment. We want to hear from you. We do check the comments from time to time, and we talk about them here on the show. So thank you so much. We will see you guys next week. Back to you, Casey.
Bye.